Welcome back. It is episode
11.
11. Oh, this is 11.
Steve,
And
I'm
for some
surprised
reason,
we made it this far.
yeah,
I'd
me
say
too.
that every episode.
I mean, I guess. Because we decided to do it, and it's not like nobody's stopping us. And it's this episode that we decided to have a special guest on.
It's not even an even number. Why did we on 11?
I don't know. I guess we're just weird. I guess 13 we're going to be lucky, too. I don't know, whatever. This is Steve&Tyler show. Not Steve&Tyler, but Steve and Tyler. Not the lead singer for Aerosmith, because that dude...
We were told that nobody knows who Aerosmith is.
Nobody knows who he is, so we have to change our entire fucking intro.
3 months, Steve.
Well,
3 months down the toilet.
For those of you who don't know, and there's 330 million of you who don't know.
What's wrong with you?
This show is not safe for work. I feel like I have to include that in the intro.
Now?
Yeah, because I swear a lot.
But people listen to it at work?
Nope. We have a special guest on today. She's going to join us for our whole show. Mckailyn. She is a good friend of the show. She's been very supportive.
She can now drive in Saudi Arabia.
She can now drive in Saudi Arabia. Give her a hand. Yeah! Voted her in. That's awesome.
Voted her in.
Woo!
She's already feeling the pain of regret.
I wonder what all the stuff they have to go through to get a license there is now, though.
Well, they all look the same, so they're just going to use one picture and hand them out.
Well, I mean, they might be a black, red, white burqa. I mean, there's different colors. But it's all a burqa, and it's all very... So
it's all the same. This was a poor idea, Steve. Episode 11, going to be a disaster.
All right, so for those of you who don't know, the purpose of this show is we talk to you guys about stuff that you don't hear in the mainstream media a lot, and it's almost always stuff that is hysterical. At least I think it's fucking hysterical.
That's pretty great.
But if you think we're trash,
which you probably do,
or for some reason you love us, please go ahead and follow us on Twitter at @SteveTyler_show. Send us your hate mail, garbage. I do like dick pics. I don't know about anybody else, Tyler.
We'll forward them along to our
Steve&Tyler show. Steve&Tyler show @gmail.com. Subscribe to us on iTunes and follow us on Podbean and find us on YouTube at the Steve&Tyler show. Please.
You'll regret
please.
it.
What?
Wow.
Oh, why does she gotta throw so much shade?
You might. There's
She
a lot
gotta
of.
be
What's
like
another regret? You probably have enough already, right? What's one more?
Oh yeah, I mean, come on, you're just now able to drive in Saudi Arabia. It's not like you've been able to vote here for I don't know generations.
All right, Steve. First story.
This first story, this
because we got a bunch this week. We got good stories this week.
Yeah, people might think that we're a little right-leaning this week. I don't know why they would get that impression, but the Imam of Mecca is under fire for saying Trump leading the world to peace. What? To me, this is hysterical right off rip because
we put it first. We put it first.
We put it first. You got to start off with a bang. This guy said, you know what? I kind of like Trump. He's going to make sure that he's going to make sure that my camel is safe. Huh? So you mean to tell me that you feel that peace is coming because Trump's trying to do stuff? Well, you got to look at it as it's Saudi Arabia. I mean, he just signed a deal with $300 billion over like a 10-year span, I believe.
Billion. That's a lot of
billion.
firearms.
That's a whole lot of money. A lot of firearms, planes, tanks.
Look, he's not going to come out here and insult Trump. That's what it comes down to.
Fuck no! He just made his country $300 billion.
They got to move the oil money. They got to move the arms money. They're not going to insult Trump.
No, not even close. So, few people think he's like, oh no, he's going to kill us all. Yeah,
no. Nah, the only one who's going to insult Trump is Rocket Man.
Yeah, Rocket Man.
Rocket Man has nothing to lose.
I going to make a rocket to go a 15 a time as far as it go before. Oh, fuck Japan. We going to hit Hawaii, California.
Steve, we intentionally left Rocket Man out of this week, I thought.
Well, you know what we did, and I feel really bad because he deserves props because he's a piece of shit.
You should watch the South Park on him.
Little Rocket Man.
Little Rocket Man.
Oh,
I a tiny, short, fat man. My haircut is so popular among the river roads.
I actually went in there. Got a haircut this week and told, give me the Kim Jong-un.
I want the Kim Jong-un, Rata Rebel Rolls are wearing it.
Nobody wears.
All right.
They have to wear that in their country because it is awful.
Dietary plan next.
You think so?
They gave him cupcakes on the South Park episode.
Yeah, they did. Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
If you haven't seen that episode, you should go watch it. It's free online.
Watch it. It is hysterical.
Great.
If you find it illegally, do it. So back to the story. Imam of Mecca under fire for saying Trump leading the world to peace. Abed al-Rahman Sudais, the president and chief imam of the Grand Mosque in Mecca, considered the holiest mosque in Islam, has stirred up controversy on social media after an interview in which he praised U.S. President Donald Trump, saying Trump and Saudi King Salman bin Abdul
good luck with that.
Abdul Aziz are leading the world to peace. So, I don't know about that. I don't know if they're leading the world anywhere yet, other than their checkbooks.
Trump's leading the world.
I mean, okay, so what's that?
Yeah, I got my license now. He's leading it all a piece.
Yeah, he got it. She got it. There you go. I mean, you got to cover your face, though. But I mean, hey.
Congratulations.
Hey, it's even better. Cops can't find me when I gotta run.
No, they just stone you on sight.
That's true.
That's true. Sudais added, Saudi Arabia and the U.S. are two anchors of influence in the world, and they, under the leadership of King Salman and President Trump, are leading the world to security, peace, and peace, stability, and prosperity.
That's not wrong.
Huh? No, it's not wrong. Not my opinion. I don't believe that's wrong. Sudais' comments were met with significant anger on Arabic language social media, with criticism focusing on the praise for Trump. No shit. I mean, to my knowledge, Islam as a whole,
not really big fans of us.
They don't like white people, let alone Christians. If you're a Christian, it's pretty much kill him. That's
if you're gay, you're stoned on sight too.
Yep. Yeah. If you're a woman, it's like, oh no, your face isn't covered. Oh no, she's dead. We won't see her anymore. Next time we see her, she'll be in a ditch and her face will be all fucked up.
Episode 11, live on forever.
They'll live on forever. The Twitter account issues wrote, Sudais says that America is leading the world to peace, and on the same day their Air Force killed 7 members of one family, and most of them women and children, in a massacre in the Syrian city.
Hypocrites.
Yeah. Seeing as how, now, not that I am a fan of gay people, but they literally tie them to chairs and throw them off buildings. So if we're going to be like, well, or made it, actually.
The chair made it.
Chair made it, the fag didn't.
That's a strong
not that I support that, but
no.
I mean, if you're going to sit there and you're going to say, we're going to throw fags off a building and hopefully they die. If not, we're going to kill them anyway. And then you're going to be critical of women and children being killed during an airstrike because they're in terrorist-filled city in Syria? Huh. I mean, hey, let's take the high road.
The high road?
Yeah, it was only 7. That's the high road.
Yeah, it's only 7.
It's only 7. It's not a
They threw like a dozen gays off that one day in that one video I seen. So hey, come on.
Only 7.
I mean, seriously, only 7. Realistically, if there are women and children in a Syrian city currently, because Syria's in open civil war, what does that mean to anybody? you're probably not on the right side if you're getting bombed.
Just a guess.
I mean, right? Is this just me here? I don't think so. Author Ahmad Jaber, I don't know, wrote, "The government of the Saudi family and the U.S. government are really two anchors in the world of corruption and tyranny. So why are we surprised by these comments from Sudais, who supports them and has stood by them for decades?"
I
Well,
don't think they're big fans.
here's
of
where
us.
I'm. They are, because we pay them. Here's where.
Oh!
Oh, you mean money rules all? No way! Wow. So for the record, I'm not a huge fan of the Saudis. I don't care for them. I think that they're disgusting, mainly because they're Muslim. They do not openly terrorism. They don't. They never have. They actually fund it. They help fund it. They're princes. They send money further Middle East. They do.
That's a lot of oil money.
That's a lot of oil money, and they got it. They got all of it. And there's a whole lot of princes, and they love cashing checks.
So do I.
Do you?
Cashing checks?
Do you love cashing checks? Yeah, sure do. Who doesn't like money? I think anybody listening right now is like, oh man.
We had to take
I
a
should
pause
love
for
that
the
money.
money, real quick.
Yeah, gotta take a pause. Take a 10-second pause. And just
Tebow?
Tebow. Yeah, man. You gotta
He's
thank you,
Tebowing
Jesus.
Right now.
Thank you, Jesus. God, Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Realistically, they're not great people. These people in Saudi Arabia, they're not. And if you think they are, you're stupid.
Yep.
They
This one
fund. They
guy-
help fund terrorists. It's been proven they help fund terrorists.
Just throw
Yep,
some Hillary
thank you.
Clinton shade? Way to move that in.
Oh man.
Well, who was supporting her campaign trail? All the money came from that area.
Oh God, man, we're throwing facts out. People are gonna get pissed. Oh man, what do you mean you make sense? No.
It's too logical for them.
It is. They are stupid. They are very stupid people, and it's okay. It's okay. We forgive liberals because their stupidity, they do not know what they do. And it's proven time and time again. But as I was saying about the Saudis, no, they're horrible people. They fund terrorism. They know they fund terrorism. They're okay with it because we
Give them money.
give them money because they come to us. They're like, hey, you want some more oil? Okay, we'll allow this part here. We don't like Iraq anymore, so we'll let you go ahead and bomb it and take all the oil fields. And okay.
Have a good day. Praise Allah.
Yeah, have a good day. Oh, and we're going to allow women to drive now. Okay, wash your hands. Cash the check, and we're okay.
Look,
okay.
this is all about money. That's what it comes down to. He
Absolutely, it's all
doesn't
about
really
money.
like Trump. They don't really like us. They like
No,
what
they
like, the Benjamins.
It's gold. It's a gold-plated AK. That's what I want. Fuck yeah, give me a gold-plated AK. Yeah, I'll live like a prince too. Just saying. They care about money. That's all they care about. That's why when Trump landed on Saudi Arabia, they were all like, "Oh shit, man, we really got to go all out. This dude's big cheese."
They give him
They did.
$300 billion.
$300 billion over 10 years. I think
I'd be a big
they
fan of
went
Trump
pretty
too.
fucking all out. Absolutely.
Steve, moving on.
Moving on.
I lied.
Uh-oh.
I said we weren't going to talk about North Korea.
Oh, surprise!
We are.
Declaration of war.
Little Rocket Man's back.
Uh-oh, declaration of war. North Korea can shoot down U.S. bombers, the minister says.
That is a
North
terrible
Korea's
idea. Good luck.
I don't think that's gonna end well. North Korea's foreign minister says President Trump's tweets about the Korean nation amount to a declaration of war, and that under international law is his country can legally shoot down U.S. military planes, even if they're not in North Korea's airspace. Well, I mean,
They're gonna have. I'm surprised they got their slingshots up to that kind of power. They're gonna take out planes.
I mean, I guess the question I have to ask is, do you understand the phrase "scorched earth"?
Maybe he saw the South Park episode and he's talking about those tweets.
No. No. I don't think so. I don't think so. Here's a quote. For the past couple of days, we had earnestly hoped that the war of words between North Korea and the U.S. would not lead to action. Ri Yong-ho said in remarks translated for NPR by journalist.
Why is her
Oh.
name Ri Young Ho?
I don't know if it's a dude or a chick. Truth be told, I can't tell sex from their words, from their names. Excuse me. However, Trump had ultimately declared war against again last week. Again, here's the key word: again. Last week by saying regarding our leadership unable to last longer. Yeah. Trump's tweet. Okay. Just heard Foreign Minister of North Korea speak to UN. If he echoes thoughts of Little Rocket Man, they won't be around much longer. Yeah, he's fucking threatening us every other day.
He shot a missile over Tweak's house.
How do you think the South Koreans are feeling right now?
They are
South
probably not happy.
If I was South Korea, I'd be like, oh, fuck, shit. Come on, Trump. Stop us sending a tweet. We know a Riker missile coming at us.
They're probably not big fans.
No, because what Jae-Moon or Jae-Moon, they're their president. He's a fucking puss too.
And how this all got started is really ridiculous as well.
Yeah, they claimed communism, and then the U.S. was all like, fuck that. And then the U.S. went in, and then we got pushed out, and now there's two Koreas.
I want to see China make moves on this, because that's really where they're getting all their money from.
China said they would accept their sanctions.
Hey,
Say again, Mckailyn?
I said if China would just pull out of everything, they'd have nothing.
I agree with this, but you know what's driving all of this? Which, just like the Saudi agreement, you know what drives all of it? A whole lot of money. Cash. I love cash money. How you gonna pay for that? Cash money, homie. That's how you do it. It is what it is. It's all politics. It's all pissing people off. Okay, they'll be okay with this, so they'll agree. It's all it is. And I mean, I can understand that. I can respect that even. I mean, China's going to do whatever China's got to do for China. They ain't going to do shit for us. We make them a whole lot more money than North Korea does.
That's true.
They're keeping North Korea there because North Korea is a buffer between South Korea and Japan. And that's big. It's like a satellite state back in Cold War stuff. Russians did a lot. Whatever. We still do it. UK, I would assume, I would claim UK is a satellite fucking state for us. My opinion. But
hey, do you think when Kim called Trump a dotard, that counts as a declaration of war?
oh my god, dude, that is all liberals are fucking saying. Oh, the dotard, the dotard's doing what right now? And Puerto Rico is hit by a hurricane.
I thought liberals were always upset when people made fun of mentally handicapped, but now it's okay.
It's okay, dotard. Fuck you. You're gonna use that name now because Republicans or conservatives, however you want to put people on the right, have been making memes and making actual funny shit since the election. You're going to sit there and throw shade now because you're too stupid to think of
I
anything?
don't even think it's that creative. At least Rocket Man's funny.
The whole point of America is that we can laugh stuff off. Like, we laugh off 9/11 jokes all the time now.
Yeah, because we fucking mowed the shit out of Afghanistan.
We did destroy that whole country, right?
All right, you want to hear about how my liberal professor explained this entire situation to us and how we technically started up the war again? Because there was
story time.
Here we go.
We gotta have an intro for story time.
Here we go, story time.
So I'm sitting in my class, and he goes and says, "We're going to war." Everybody looks at him and goes, "Well, why is that?" And he's like, "Well, Trump had our aircrafts fly just on the edge of the airspace in North Korea, and then go through North Korea airspace, and that's what triggered all of this."
Is that true?
Is this good? No, that's not what triggered it. It happened. Yeah, he's actually done it a few times. But that's
Yeah,
not
it
what
wasn't
triggered this.
And it was always after one of their missiles fired off. Like, what else are we supposed to do? Or watching the missiles, make sure it doesn't, kill people.
You say missiles weird, which is unrelated. It's funny. You gotta get those missiles.
You gotta shoot them down their missiles before they go over Japan again.
Look, I don't even know where they are because every time I see a story that they shot a missile, I think of that show of strength they had with the parade and they duct taped a bunch of boxes together. So I don't understand how they're even doing any of this. They duct taped the
rocket tips. I mean, they shoot them out of Pyongyang, out of their capital. But realistically, they're just trash.
I mean, if they do anything,
the missiles can make it to Japan.
Good
That's huge.
If you hit Japan, he's done, right? He's got nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I believe. Now, don't quote me on this. This is, to my knowledge, our treaty with Japan is if they are attacked, full go. It's don't hold anything back.
We're good friends. It's
on. We are good friends with Japan. And for those who don't know, and actually it was my cousin who showed me this. He is like, yeah, man, look at this. I'm like, what? Japan, 6th most proficient military in the world? What?
Yeah, they've always had a good military.
Yeah, until we shit at them in WW2.
Well, yeah, but even before then, they were pretty militarized.
You mean to tell me that country, man, they're a whole lot of fucking weirdos over there.
North Korea on
they
the
were.
list?
Korea is in the under 25th overall somewhere. See if I can actually find this real quick. Talk about funny stuff. Ha ha ha. Durka Jihad. Durka Jihad.
People are not going to know that movie.
Oh, man. They don't know.
If you haven't seen Team America, you got different problems.
Yeah, you're a horrible person. You haven't seen Team America. You probably want the terrorists to win. Yeah, I found the list. North Korea is 23rd. 23rd in the country. Saudi Arabia is 24th.
Is that before or after the 300 billion?
That's before the 300 billion.
Woo!
That's hysterical. Vietnam is, where was that? It was 16th. How about that?
Where's the greatest country on the face of the earth, Steve?
Number 1, baby.
Number one.
Number 1, baby.
Don't forget
Number 1. Number 1, baby.
I mean, if North Korea and Kim Jong-un want to stay alive, they're not going to do anything.
They'll shut. No, realistically, it's you have to count that as suicide, don't you?
It's got to be, right?
I mean, if you're like, oh no, you know what? We don't like Americans so much, we just going to shoot a rocket at them. There was talk though that they're not actually. What's that?
Let's just poke a big bear.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. I made that statement before. I see you caught that. They're just poking the bear. You're not gonna keep doing it.
It's the biggest bear.
Bear in the world. Matter of fact, Yakum.
Biggest bear in the world.
All the bear has to do is turn around and snap its hand off.
Yeah, I mean, hey man, you ever seen a grizzly's paw? Shit hurt. Shit would hurt. Tyler.
I did not want to talk about this next story, Steve.
You know what? I didn't either. I did not want to talk about it because this has been.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere, but not this specific story. So
the next couple stories, Steve.
Fuck yourselves. White athletes still standing for the anthem are standing supremacy.
White supremacy, Steve.
Huh. And it's that cut and dry, according to these fucking retards.
Oh, dear God.
The absence of white athletes kneeling for the anthem Sunday was a particularly illustrative moment in white privilege.
That's not even true.
Not even true. Here we go.
We're one sentence in, Steve. Not even true.
Nope. I'm already butthurt. I am butthurt at this. This is very, very upsetting. See, for white athletes.
We got some double standards here, though.
Oh, absolutely.
The white athletes were to kneel with the black athletes. Yep. Oh, no. They don't understand what it's like. Nope. How could they kneel?
Just like what Black Lives Matter does to white people who want to support their cause.
She's just dropping a lot of knowledge.
Oh, my God. It's like she knows what she's talking about, and that's why she's on the show. But, hey, what do I know? Man, it's
less than her, apparently.
Oh man, yeah, less than her. I don't know. Fuck
I'm
it.
a Nazi according to my very intelligent professor.
Oh yeah, you should go get a skull and crossbone patch and just fucking goose step everywhere. See, for white athletes, the anthem and the American flag do represent freedom, liberty, and whatever other amorphous American values one might ascribe these symbols. So from their view, so he's talking about black people, because of course it's got to be a race thing. Kneeling would be disrespectful to the privileges a white supremacist nation affords them. Fuck you.
Black people marched under that flag in the Civil War.
I know. That's the best part. It is the literal best part. They don't know their own fucking history.
They're taking out the one thing that unites all of us.
Yep. So that's obvious enough, but what I'm talking about is this. If white athletes can't fathom kneeling because they feel soldiers fought for their rights, and the article literally says, and blah, 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 patriotism, it's because they are treated as full citizens and afforded those rights they imagine soldiers fought for, interpreting their own experience as something more universal. They struggle to understand why anyone should kneel. Indeed, for them, the anthem and American flag represent promises fulfilled. This is the problem of privilege. It skews our ability to grasp what the world looks like outside our view. But even in the terms of American values, Kaepernick's point is quite straightforward. The promises that underlie those values remain unfulfilled for black Americans. So, allow me. Kaepernick, to those of you who are fucking stupid, was adopted by a white family, raised by that white family, and grew up like anybody in this show right now would. A white person, because all three of us happen to be white. Wow. So, if nobody would have known, right? You don't look at the color of his skin because, you're colorblind for these you fucking liberal fucks. He's raised the exact same way, has all of the ability that we do, right?
Well, he's just not very good at football. I'm a little better than he is.
Well, hold on, I'm getting to that. But Tyler, he kneeled for black people because he felt that there was injustice. Which, in his defense, there is in a very, 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 very small part of this country. There actually is.
The media.
What's that?
That's completely blown up by the media, though, so it seems like much more.
Exactly. Yay!
So
someone listens to our show religiously.
She really does. She does. And this is why she was on.
I hate when they say it's systemic racism, because if it was systemic, you would not be able to name every single event that has occurred. I can go back and name all the different events that have occurred since 2015 of instances of racism. But see, those are instances, not systemics. If it was systemics, you wouldn't be able to name every single thing that happens.
Chick's got her shit.
Steve, we should have brought her on the show earlier.
Oh, wow. All right, coming from... All right, whatever. Just
she
go
contributes more than I do, Steve.
She really does. This is my
I don't know when I can cut off Steve or not.
This is my take. So I want...
Just like I do. In the middle, when he's talking, just start talking.
Why don't you guys just scissor on the side? So this is my take. And I want to hear your guys' opinion because I didn't talk about it with Tyler. So someone who they have the literally the same privilege that any white person has had throughout his life, except the color of our skin, because all white people are raised the exact same and have all the same privilege according to these liberals.
That sounds pretty racist.
This is what they think, isn't it? And then
from the Heights.
What's that? I
was the only white kid in my preschool.
Well, you apparently went to a shitty preschool. I mean, seriously, according to them, you went to a shitty preschool because it's all black. Blacks have it bad. Blacks are this. Blacks are that. Well, anyway.
That okay?
So, all white people are raised the exact same and have all the same privilege, according to liberals. And then you throw in the fact that he had enough talent and skill to play in the NFL and make millions in the NFL. which not all white people get to play in. By the way, for you uneducated people out there, excuse me, all you uneducated people out there, my privilege didn't get me that far. I didn't get that far, Tyler. I played football for a little bit. I didn't get that far. He has somehow been held back and has decided to speak up for black people who have been wronged by the police throughout the country. So somebody who's been given, according to him and all the people who back him, all of the privilege that anybody here is supposed to receive, is now able to kneel and disrespect the country because he's black.
Just did a face palm right there. Sounded
No?
violent. She did.
Do y'all agree, disagree?
I mean, he's white, Steve. He makes millions of dollars. Or his parents are white, and he makes millions of dollars.
Tyler, we've said on the show, he sucks. He sucks now. He used to be. He was good when he can make throws. He was. He had decent talent at one point. He did, like RG3, but RG3's tinfoil.
Yeah, it's true.
That's first off. Second of all, Black Lives Matter is demanding that body cams be removed from officers because it turns out that the majority of excessive or deadly force claims or issues filed against officers by black citizens has proven justified because of the body cams.
I am very shocked. Just shocked.
Are you surprised?
You would think that they would want the body cams because it would prove the instances where there was actually racism.
So did you know that since the body cams came out, the effectiveness of police departments has actually increased?
Shocker.
No fucking way!
It's too logical, yet again. Logical liberals.
I think the body cams help everyone, though, right? I don't know what the problem is.
Well, they don't help everyone.
I disagree. I think they do. I think they do. I agree with that. Because shitty cops get the fuck out.
Right.
I don't.
It's not helping them, is it?
No, it's not. But I don't fucking care about them. Do your fucking job. You're paid to do a job.
Do it right.
Exactly. If you're a cop, there's a calling. Nobody just says, you know what? I want to get fucking shot at potentially today. Nobody wakes up and says that. Nobody.
I did a couple of days ago.
No,
couple days ago.
You. Nobody does that. Nobody does that. No one. And I agree. And I know that. I know that wholeheartedly. Nobody does that. So it's a calling. You have to understand it. You have to want it. You have to respect the title and the position.
You gotta be a special kind of person to want to go out and risk your life every day.
True.
Absolutely. You don't just wake up and you're like, you know what, man, I can shoot really well. Maybe I can shoot some black guys. Because that's what everybody's doing around the country. Because it's not. Because
statistically.
Hey, we can't talk about facts here. No facts.
Well, was it triple the white people are killed by police every fucking year? And they're all typically degenerates? Just like the black people.
I think the cameras are good because usually these cases end up as a he said, she said sort of thing, right?
Exactly. That is exactly why. Like we talked about it. We talked about it on a show a few weeks ago. The guy jumped off a bridge, and the lady. The greatest
show we've ever done.
That was probably our favorite story of this show. The girlfriend, because they're not married. Oh no, can't do that. Can't put a title on it. The girlfriend of the man that claimed that police beat the shit out of him said that, you know, the cops beat him and they beat him within an inch of his life. Turns out
he just jumped off a bridge.
Body cam shows, officer came around the cruise and said, hey man, we know who you are. And he literally darted across 3 lanes of traffic and jumped 19 feet down on his fucking face because he's stupid.
Just the other day, Michael Bennett.
Oh man, see, you know what? Don't get me started. I seen part of it. I did not see the other part.
I saw him shake his hand with the cops and they said, have a nice day. Did you see that part? That was police brutality right there when they shook hands. Have a nice day. Michael Bennett. Come on.
Oh man. Did you I seen the part of a video. He did an interview somewhere and he had this all African garb and shit on. Fuck you fake fuck. You're not even like half a Kaepernick. And Kaepernick's half fucking white and adopted by white people. That makes him like 3/4 white, you fucking piece of shit.
I'm not sure that's how the math works, Steve.
Well, I mean, you're gonna claim to be something. What an asshole.
Steve,
That's wrong.
We got to keep moving because we got multiple stories about football.
And about racism.
Because we hate ourselves.
Donald Trump, however, prefers violent football, so more black players get hurt. During his speech, Trump argued that rules designed to minimize concussions and CTE, a neurodegenerative disease, are ruining the game. Today, if you hit too hard, 15 yards, throw him out of the game. This is Trump's tweet.
Get that son of a bitch off the field.
They had that last week. I watched for a couple of minutes, 2 guys, just really beautiful tackle, boom, 15 yards. The referee gets on television. His wife is sitting home. She's so proud of him. She's so proud. They're ruining the game. That's what they want to do. They want to hit. It hurts. It's hurting the game.
Steve, I thought we only had one special guest on this show this week. It turns out Donald Trump was actually here the whole time.
Eat a fucking ass. Oh, shit. ESPN's analyst Kevin Blackistone.
Who is literally the worst. He's the worst.
Is awful. Was interviewed by MSNBC's Nicole Wallace on Monday to argue a shocking point. The reason the president prefers violent football games is because it ensures more black men get hurt. Are you fucking retarded?
More entertaining. The hell are they talking about?
Are you serious? So realistically, yes, more black men play the game. Absolutely. That has been undeniably apparent for at least my generation. This is what Blackistone had to say. You look at stacking by position in those positions that suffer the greatest from CTE. There are the positions that black males are more often likely to play, Blackistone said. Huh.
So the whole line.
Go ahead. Say that one more time.
So the whole line.
Yeah. Who has contact every single play? Every single play, no matter what. Offensive and defensive lines. So you're saying that someone like J.J. Watt, who has been hailed as a hero, who I personally feel is an idol to me. I love this man. Just raised how many millions?
I think he's past 20. 30?
I thought it was closer to 40, truth be told.
I haven't really been keeping up.
For Hurricane Harvey relief, he's white, and he plays on the defensive line, who has contact. Every single play is not considered to be important enough in this retrospect because he's not black. But last I checked, someone who is black, who played on the offensive or defensive line, did not just raise close to $40 million for hurricane relief.
Steve, you gotta love the next quote, though.
Go ahead.
Trump did not have to say explicitly anything about black players, but it came across loud and clear. He just admitted that he didn't say anything, Steve.
I mean, I just
when you can't find an external source or any facts, it's racism.
Yep.
Systemic racism. It's always coming down to that.
I read Trump's quote. I read his tweet. That's not explicitly towards black people at all.
It's just football in general.
It's football. Football has been pussified. Absolutely. Granted, since the CTE came out, it's scary. It is. Nobody talked about concussions and shit when I was playing when I was younger, right? No, I didn't have that. But since then, since I graduated high school and all that, it's come out. It's a big thing. It's a very big thing.
They moved the kickoff just because of it.
Literally.
You know, they're hoping you kick it out of the end zone because that's the most dangerous play is the kickoffs.
Yep. Kickoffs and punt returns.
That's why they intentionally kick it out of the end zone now.
Yes.
I just thought it was they hated Josh Cribbs.
Oh, Josh Cribbs, man.
That was his whole career.
That was legitimately his whole career. And to my knowledge, he went back to Kent and he graduated.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I believe, and to my knowledge, he's doing okay, but, I mean...
They took his job.
They took his job.
They took his job.
They took it.
Got a lot of South Park in this episode.
Oh man, South Park's good. Anyway,
South Park calls it how it is. That's why.
no, they do, and it's against right and left-winging people.
Yeah, they don't really care either way. That's why it's funny.
I agree. I firmly agree. I just.
Steve, you want to go with the last football story? Maybe this will wrap it up.
I don't know, man. I don't. This really upsets me that this guy thinks that it was about color. Why put a color on it?
Everything's a color now, Steve.
I mean, Junior Seau, was he black? I don't know. Seau sounds more fucking Hawaiian to me.
Hawaiian, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What, Hawaiians are black now because you said so? Fuck you, bro.
I identify as a black person.
I identify right now. Right.
She's black.
Breaking news. I'm half African. Guess what?
Just decided.
I decided
that lady was black.
Yeah,
remember?
Sure can. Now this next story, this really does upset me.
This one made me mad.
For those of you who are not familiar with it, you're about to be. Steelers military vet who stood for the anthem apologizes. I made my teammates look bad. So
why do you have to apologize?
I want to say before we get into this article, Tyler, that this broke my heart that he had to apologize. He had to apologize. Coach Mike Tomlin, who is an absolute scum. This is the guy who tripped a player running down the sideline who was going to score a touchdown, okay, in his career. He was all pissed off because he's a piece of shit. He hosted the Hillary party in 2016. For those of you who don't know, he called out Villanueva, Alejandro Villanueva, after the game, and then he was forced to apologize the next day. That's not okay.
When you serve 3 tours, I think you should be able to do whatever the hell you want.
As an Army Ranger, this dude was fucking hardcore.
I think
this guy was legit, and because of his honor, and because of his ability to stand tall and honor this country, he felt that it was his duty to apologize. And
I think that's bullshit. I think Tomlin made him apologize.
I fucking 100% agree. So here we go, getting in the story. On Monday, after he had been celebrated by football fans and not football fans alike for standing for the national anthem on Sunday, apart from his teammates who remained in the locker room during the playing of the national anthem to protest remarks of President Trump, Pittsburgh Steelers offensive lineman Alejandro Villanueva, who served 3 tours in Afghanistan, apologized for his actions, blaming himself for standing apart from his team. Listen, so coming from the Army or anything like that, you can incorporate that to a team sport. You have to work as one. So I get that. I understand that, and I understand that dedication. I actually do, because I was a captain for many, many years when I played. I understand that. I understand what it's like to lead and to understand that weight of responsibility. Here are his quotes. This national anthem ordeal has sort of been out of control, and there's a lot of blame on myself. Every single one of my teammates is extremely supportive and extremely patriotic. I can honestly say that. I made Coach Tomlin look bad, and that is my fault and my fault only. I made my teammates look bad, and that is my fault only. Villanueva says he absolutely, quote unquote, would be okay if teammates kneeled or sat during the anthem.
This is all
every person.
This is all a
Go
lie,
ahead.
Steve.
I feel it's absolute horseshit too. I feel that this gentleman has been pressured into this.
By his Tomlin, by his teammates.
Yes.
And now he's trying to come out and apologize. That's what it is. This is horseshit.
I absolutely agree with that.
He's got the number 1 selling jersey in the NFL all of a sudden.
After 24 hours, after this, he was number 1.
And
he
he's
was number 1.
He's not like a quarterback. He's not a
massive margin.
He's not like a wide receiver like they usually are. Steve just left. Steve! I was in the middle of a sentence, Steve. What the hell? Whatever. But he's not like one of the people that you would normally think of as selling jerseys, right? It's like a quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. And now we got him.
Yeah.
And now he's selling the most jerseys in the NFL. He should have
By-
not apologized.
Absolutely not. By an incredible margin. He is selling. Well, I don't know what the numbers are. I don't have the
They just know
the
they
stats
got
in
the
front of me.
list. He just jumped to the top.
He jumped to the top because of that stand. Just goes to show how many right-leaning people, I guess.
And you look all over YouTube, Twitter, or whatever. You go to the other teams, and those people are burning their jerseys.
Yeah,
Burning
I'm
them.
pretty sure they're only buying the jerseys just to burn them.
Yes.
Now, I'm sure the NFL doesn't care because you still paid for it at that point. But the symbolism
Yet
Guy who
symbolism still
burned his
counts.
season tickets.
Yep, burn the season tickets. Yep.
God bless that man.
People were returning the DirecTV. What is it?
Yep.
The
Yeah,
football
because you got
package?
it back for free.
Yep.
I mean, he shouldn't have apologized. He looks bad, but
I
it's
absolutely
one of
agree.
those things where you're like, I know why you did it. You don't want to be
What
the
I
only
feel
one.
bad for him about is that politics shouldn't have even entered the sports atmosphere. Like, sports was sports. It was supposed to take our minds off the politics, and now it's just invaded everything we watch.
I've said this before. I watch sports to forget about my terrible life. I don't want to
Wholeheartedly.
I don't want to hear about this stuff.
I mean, I've said it time and time again on Twitter. It's all right to kneel because that's your right. But it's a social taboo. And when you do that, you open yourself up to criticism. If you can't take that criticism, that's on you.
It's not
I don't feel bad for anybody who kneels and can't take the criticism.
It's not
You
even a
open-
right.
No.
The Constitution protects you from the government infringing on your rights. The NFL is not the government. If the NFL puts a law, a rule, in saying that no more
Right now,
kneeling,
they do
then
have a
there's
rule
no
out
more
that
kneeling.
says they should stand.
Yeah, it says should. That's how they get around this.
Yeah, that's how they got around it, is because it says they should stand.
It's not like you can go to your coach and be like, the coach will ask you, did you run those laps? Be like, no, coach, I plead the fifth. You can't do that shit. He'll kick your ass
No,
off the
I mean,
team.
Yeah, you can't do that shit. But I mean,
doesn't
like I was
apply.
saying, they're paid entertainers, and I feel that that's what it should be
And they're
left
making
as.
millions of dollars and talking about how they're struggling, Steve.
Millions.
If you want to help all the people in your community that are struggling, why don't you donate your paycheck? How about that? You want to make everything equal? Make it equality?
You forgot.
Donate your paycheck. Watch the difference.
Forgot
The
Catch
thing
Me
is-
Outside.
Instead of buying that new Lamborghini.
Oh, throwing shade.
If
My
if
thing
Lamborghini's
is,
watching, we'll take a sponsorship though. No hate.
yeah, no kidding. My thing is,
You can post for calendars.
yeah,
Oh yeah. She's
There-
a-
cherry pie. You so cool.
Only one of us would get on that calendar. It's not you, Steve.
That's definitely not me.
It's definitely Tyler.
It's this
Yeah, it's definitely Tyler.
That muffin over there.
As we said earlier in the show, there are no facts that support that black people are being murdered in droves, to where it's
Except
a
by their own
genocide.
kind.
Unless you make
Except
them
for by
up.
their own kind.
You make 'em up.
Exactly. Except for by their own kind. This is all a media bias. It is literally that. And if you deny that, facts are against you.
I mean, people
They
say
are.
all the time, if you want to fix yourself, you got to look inwards. You can't just fix everybody else around you. You got to fix yourself. So I don't know why black
People
communities
talk
don't just
about-
look at themselves, fix themselves, and then look out.
Well, I know why.
I know
can tell
why.
you.
It's
Would
easier
you
to
like?
blame other people.
Yeah. Would you want to learn something today? You
Why
want to
give
know
them
why?
my free handouts? Like,
Oh, there you go.
Because they're free.
I like free shit, Tyler. You like free
why would
shit?
I want Planned Parenthood at every corner of where I live?
I don't gotta have children.
Because
You
then I
want to
have
know why?
no
They murder me.
responsibilities.
Yeah. Planned Parenthood. You know what they do? Murder my kids. They do that. They incentivize abortions.
Because there's no responsibilities anymore. That's the problem.
Absolutely not. Murder children. Murder them. It's disgusting. That's oh no, we're not talking about abortion today. Next story. Watch.
Watch. Don't
Watch,
believe me,
Steve.
just watch.
Watch. Brave actresses want you to know they'll never date a Trump supporter.
Yeah!
Never. Woo! Yeah, get some. Woo! Bernie! Fuck you.
What? This is how society's
We don't
going.
want to date them in the first place.
That's a good point.
Promoting their new
That's a good
film,
point.
My Days of Mercy, actresses Kate Mara, Ellen Page, and Amy Seimetz sat down with the AV
Who?
Club. Amy Simets.
No, exactly. Who?
She doesn't know who any of them are.
Well,
Yeah,
Kate
nobody
Mara,
knows
I
who
know.
any of them are.
I
Only
know-
one of them is actually famous.
I know who Kate Mara and Ellen Page are, but I don't know who Amy Simets is. But they all sat down with the AV Club to discuss the flick, and of course, President Donald Trump, because everything's got to be political. Both Page and Simets made it clear they could never date a Trump supporter. Here's a quote: "Nope," Page answered. Nope. Page answered bluntly when asked how she felt about dating someone who voted for Trump in 2016 election. "My family voted for him," interjected Simets. That's tough," she said. "That's tough."
It's a struggle. It's a struggle.
My grandma's flipped, Simets explained. "She did vote for him, but she is smart. To ignore the depressed population or the working class of America, we can't do that," she continued. They were searching for something, and they really believed in it, and I think that's really earnest. But I think in the end, everyone is starting to see what's happening. So, no.
no.
My grandma's a smart woman, but fuck her decision.
Yeah, but she
smart.
was wrong.
I think she's making it sound like she supports Bernie. She's like, my
Here's
grandma's flipped.
Oh yeah, my grandma's flipped to socialism. She wants Putin. She wants Putin here now.
Around here, and I don't
Here's
like
here's how Page ended it. If you're a Trump supporter, well, at any point, because they've been saying this the whole time, but by this point, I'm sorry, no.
Isn't she a lesbian?
You know what? I believe she likes Wiener, but I don't know.
I'm pretty sure one of these women is a lesbian.
My question.
I don't want to date her either.
I'm not trying to throw shade though.
Mckailyn, because you're a woman and because this ended up working out so well, why not now? Why? Just play devil's advocate for a minute. If you were a woman and you said, you know what? No, I'm not dating a Trump supporter. He's a piece of shit. He probably has a job. He doesn't live off the government.
He likes guns. He likes guns.
I don't want him.
He loves America.
He's actually attractive.
Oh.
Hey, right, thank you.
All right.
No, it's true. Have been proven more attractive. Unbiased pictures of line pictures of a Trump supporter and a Hillary supporter.
This is the first person to call me attractive since my mom, Steve.
I am. I'm calling my mom right now. Mom, I made it.
I'm not saying you're attractive. I'm saying you're more attractive than Hillary supporters.
That's not what I heard. That's not what my self-esteem
No, I'm sorry. I don't believe in that. I believe that I heard what I wanted.
All right. Get your inflated egos.
It's huge. It's gonna be huge.
My thing is, why not? Why not right now? Illegal immigration is down. Stocks are way up. Way up. People feel safer overall because gun sales are down throughout the country. Well, where it's legal to own.
Because everybody bought them before Hillary was about to get elected.
It's true.
Yeah, everybody bought them. Obama. Gosh dang, the one thing that man did for this country.
Great gun salesman.
He was the best gun salesman.
Smith & Wesson should hire him as like a speaker.
They should, because they need something. Smith & Wesson is taking a fucking shit.
It really is.
Why is it so bad to be supportive of someone who keeps illegals out, is in office while stocks keep outdoing their own records this year, and has universally made its populace safer? Anybody?
I don't see why.
No,
that's the whole thing.
No,
you can't answer that. I can't.
I don't know about you, Steve, but like, is politics the first thing you bring up? Is that like where we're coming to?
No, I better not be.
Like, hey, you want to go see a movie? Wait a sec.
Wait a minute.
Last time?
Yeah,
what I hate is that my farthest left-leaning friends have stopped talking to me. They cut me off. They've blocked me just because of things I would post on Facebook, even though the things I would post were like fairly moderate things. Like,
you should invite him to the show.
Yeah, stop posting moderate stuff, because you're a white right-wing person. You are, absolutely are. That's why you're on the show. Because you haven't disagreed with a single thing we've said. And apparently, according to some of our former fans, we're racist.
She said we're not attractive. Hysterical. She said we're not attractive, Steve. She tried to.
Since when? Since when? She said, oh, Trump supporters are more attractive than,
Then she tried to take it back.
That's not to say you're attractive, though. You're just more attractive than.
Oh, well, I mean, hey, that's
like,
something.
That's like they were a 1, you're a 2. I'm like, yeah.
Hey, man, you don't gotta fucking.
You're not negatives anymore.
You don't gotta be the fastest. You just gotta outrun the slowest. You know what I'm saying?
Just gotta beat the leprechaun, Steve.
That's what I'm saying. I made it. I made it, Ma!
I just don't understand. Like, if I was saw someone and like, oh, you're attractive, I'll go say hi to her. Wait a second, are you a Trump supporter?
Wait a minute.
Wait a second.
You're hideous.
Did you vote for Hillary? That is
But
not
that's
on the
what
list.
The far right and the far left are, is because if you say you're one side or the other, they just completely cut you off, and they can't even be civilized enough to keep talking to you. Like, they can't hold a civil conversation, and that's why stuff's not getting done.
Absolutely. I mean, okay, so Mckailyn, do you feel that Trump is a racist?
No.
What about sexist? Do you feel he's sexist? He made those comments about grabbing women by the pussy.
Wasn't that only about Rosie O'Donnell?
I could be very sexist by things I've said about men when I'm talking with just my friends in our bedrooms during sleepovers. I wouldn't want things I've said to my girlfriends at a sleepover broadcasted for the world to hear. I don't think anybody would want that.
I mean, let's be realistic. I don't think it was a sleepover he was attending.
Well,
but
yeah,
I understand where you're coming from. So when you have girl time, you say really gross shit about guys in front of women.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Trust.
Would you say that Trump is a xenophobe?
I don't even know what the hell that word even means anymore.
Well, white people are the best because he's white. This is what that would stand for. White people above all else.
I thought that was just racism.
That it is, but it's to a whole new level. Xenophobe is like, think of Hitler. This is like literal Hitler. Like Germans above Jews. Jews die, Germans rise.
No.
Okay, so because nobody's in internment camps, and just saying. What about Islamophobic? Here's a good one, and this is the last one I have to ask you on. What about Islamophobic? Do you think he hates Islam?
I don't see how when he used the same travel ban as Obama.
Oh! Wow!
Shots fired.
Oh,
Shots fired.
Way.
Shots fired.
And because he just made a $300 billion deal with Saudi Arabia.
Must hate him a lot.
Fuck yourselves.
I mean, keep your friends close and your enemies closer, right?
I agree with this. I firmly agree with this, especially when your enemies pay you $300 billion fucking dollars. I do. I agree with this.
Those are the kind of enemies I would like to have.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's hard, man. It's hard.
It's hard not life.
I just like where they call them brave. They're brave actresses.
I swear we're just gonna break out into song in one of these.
I just
think,
I mean, break out into song almost every episode.
I'd love it.
I think these I don't even know what to call them. Elites, actresses, the people high in the sky. Like we talked about the Emmy Awards, and nobody.
They're not even these are like B class actresses. These are like they're not even A.
They're living in fantasy land.
Yeah, they're trash.
I mean, normal people. Don't look at these people and go, wow. That's exactly what I would think. They live in fantasy land. I feel bad for her grandma. That's who I feel bad for.
I do too. I'm like, man, why did this bitch speak for me?
She's probably like, oh, we voted. And she's like, Grandma, who'd you vote for?
Yeah, exactly.
Get it together, Grandma.
No, get it together, Grandma. Come on, you gotta use your fucking head, Grandma.
We'll put you back in the home.
Yeah, they're gonna put her in an early grave. Just watch.
God, poor Grandma. If the Grandma wants to come on the show, send us an email. We'll put you on.
Yep.
We let you
please. Steve&Tyler show at gmail.com. Get some. Let's go, Grandma.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. Got some. Got this shit memorized now. Fuck yeah.
Steve,
here's the next story.
The end, Steve. We're near the
no,
end.
not even close.
There's
two more stories. So for those of y'all who just really need a break, go ahead and take one. We're not. We love you.
Yeah, we're rolling strong.
Now, this is going to upset me a little bit.
Here we go.
This isn't actually this upsets me because it wasn't covered, but not because this guy was black. So, media ignore a mass shooting in Tennessee because, well, it just doesn't fit their leftist narrative.
Steve, you're the only 10 I see.
Another shocker.
Steve, you're the only 10 I see.
Ah, man, honestly, I'm looking good today. I'm looking good today. Shave my head, JK. It's gross. I got to shave it tonight. Got the beard going all grizzly. Look like a hobo. And my man titties they're hanging. I look good today. The media eager to bury the story of the mass shooting at a church in Tennessee on Sunday, in which a Sudanese immigrant who is black murdered a white mother at 2 and wounded 6 other people, including the pastor, has totally ignored the incident.
This is a mass shooting.
This is a mass shooting. This was a mass shooting. This is a mass shooting. Conveniently using the NFL/Trump controversy as a grist for its mill.
Mm-hmm.
See, this shooting happened before any game started on Sunday.
They just swept it under the rug, Steve. That's why we're here.
Focusing on they kneeling.
Yep. Emmanuel Kidega Sampson from Sudan first murdered Melanie Smith, 39, in the parking lot. In the parking lot! Then he entered Burnett Chapel Church of Christ and started shooting. He was only stopped by the heroism of an usher, Caleb Engel, 22. This man was 22.
Jesus.
Who was pistol whipped in the face, but held tight until Sampson accidentally shot himself. Engel then retrieved his firearm from his car and stood guard over Sampson until police arrived.
Shout out to Caleb. This guy's a hero.
The guy shot himself. That shows
guy-
that these people who get guns and do crazy things like this don't know gun safety.
Now, that might not be
Well-
true. It sounds like they had like a struggle, right? That's what it sounds like. to
Yeah,
me.
I feel like they were fighting.
I read it like they have like a struggle and he's holding his arms and he accidentally shot himself. That's how I read it. But you're not wrong. This guy was clearly a crazy person.
Clearly, he decided to. He murdered somebody in the parking lot, which I could imagine he probably just walked up to her car and fucking wham, and then walked inside. I mean,
The worst part is, Steve, the New York Times put this on page 14 of the newspaper. A mass shooting, Steve. Now, I've never read the New York Times because it's mostly garbage.
New York Times is trash.
But page 14? If the roles were reversed, Steve, this would be on the front page.
Front page, if a white man did this. Oh, wait a minute, like it already happened. It would be front page. This man's a racist, needs to be put to death. He's an absolute piece of shit because race matters above everything else. Black people are held down.
Plus, they found a note in his car. This was just released like yesterday. They found a note in his car saying that it was revenge for the Charleston shootings. Well, we'll just sweep that under the rug.
Not Charlestown. Not
Charleston.
Charleston.
Massacre.
Yep. Who was the president then?
I believe that was Barack.
Oh, no shit. Wait a minute.
So you suggesting segregation started under Obama?
It's all right,
wow.
Steve. We'll just put the kneelers on the front page of the newspaper.
Yep, kneelers. That's more important. You know what you have to preach: inequality from police departments. Not mass shootings, because no, that doesn't happen. Inequality from police departments.
This is the sort of stuff that you would want to see on the front page.
Yeah.
And they put it on page 14.
The church shooting does no favors to the liberal narrative. So it must be ignored. The shooter was black. He's Sunni, an immigrant. He killed a white woman. He was stopped by a good guy with a gun. If the races were switched, like you said.
And it was revenge.
And you take away the pesky pro-Second Amendment element of the story. It's all different.
I bet you if you even went to Google this story, it wouldn't come up.
Maybe you're not very good at Google.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, it won't come up. Every time I've tried to Google any story, you always get the liberal biased media that comes up first, and you have to scroll to like the 5th page just to find it.
I've gotten on Twitter where you open a link and they say it's not available.
Yep.
Exactly.
I've gotten that one. I actually didn't know that was real until yesterday. I just noticed that.
Yep.
You got to copy it and then paste it.
It's not just newspapers that are trying to hide this and bury it.
Well, that's what you do. If something bad happens, you bury it, right? My feelings.
Yes.
The truth.
Oh, you got to bury it. Bury it all.
You just got to bury it, Steve. On that note, Last story, Steve.
Oh, he's moving on. He's going.
We're moving. We're cruising.
Tyler, feminists exploit the pay gap myth to convince men to give them money.
That's why we convinced this girl to come on here for 77%.
Well, I mean, yeah,
less.
I don't know if she knew about this last segment, but
Oh no, I did. I've heard about this one specific restaurant where there's a male tax
We
on.
talked about that one, Steve.
oh my God, we did that.
I saw it before you guys even talked about it because it was that
That's bullshit.
ridiculous.
Don't take this away from us.
You're a fucking liar. I don't believe you.
Try to read up before I listen.
Well, I know, but anyway. So hold on before we dive into this, I gotta know what your take is on this pay gap myth.
Honestly, I can tell you that it probably could possibly very minimally exist with like my aunt who's like 50 something. It could probably still be there, but that's because they came from the past further back generations. In my generation though, it doesn't exist, or in fact, it's leaning in the other favor because when I first I got my very first job as a secretary, and there was another boy exact same age as me, and I got the job over him.
Oh.
Sounds like sexism.
That sounds like sexism because women would be better with their hands. No, I mean, no, that's a legitimate thing. That wasn't trying to be.
No.
Just saying.
So when I had to leave for college, they hired him then, but paid him less.
Maybe he's not as good.
Yeah, maybe he's fucking stupid.
See, there's the thing. It's equal then. If I am actually better than him, I'm getting what I deserve.
Huh, you don't fucking say.
I think that's really the key to all this.
Wow! Yes, it is. So, here, this is how the stupid article starts. If I said 77 cents was equal pay for equal work, then I completely misspoke. So let me just apologize and say that I certainly wouldn't have meant to say that. 77 cents captures the annual earnings of full-time, full-year women divided by the annual earnings of full-time, full-year men. There are a lot of things that go into the 77 cents figure. There are a lot of things that contribute, and no one's trying to say that it's all about discrimination, but I don't think there's a better figure.
Look, we talk about this almost every week, Steve.
Seriously.
But no, not the pay gap. We don't talk about the pay gap every week.
We do a lot.
I mean, because it's fucking fake and it's hysterical.
That, and they don't even take into consideration for the generations older than mine that some of them wanted to be stay-at-home moms. My mom stayed home until I was 18 years old, and she just now went back to work.
You think she should get paid as much as someone who's been there for 30 years?
No, exactly.
Oh!
She hasn't been there for 30 years.
Wait a minute, you don't say.
Listen,
Fair is fair.
Wow.
The pay gap can be attributed to people
shit.
having children.
But she does take the second and third shifts, unlike her counterparts. So she does get paid more since they are the later night shifts.
Exactly.
Because they're the later night shifts.
She gets a shift differential. I happen to work second shift. As a man or a woman, because there's two that work on my shift, get paid the exact same shift differential.
See, there's only two women that are willing to work the second and third shifts. Whereas in the morning shifts, you probably have majority women.
Probably or do. There's a difference.
She's talking about your job, Steve.
Yeah, your job. I don't know how many people.
My difference.
My job, when I look out
my job, the majority of women work in the office. In the office, not on the floor. I work in manufacturing, so I deal with factory stuff. And
when I work out in the warehouse,
they work in the office. They don't work on the floor, so they work days. The majority of women work days. Yes.
Exactly. When I look out in the warehouse where I work, there's plenty of men and women equally during the day. But when I'm leaving and second shifts coming in, I see nothing but men. Young men.
Yep. So
look, if you adjust for jobs, it disappears. If you adjust for them having children and taking time off, it disappears. All right, Steve. The pay gap is imaginary. It's
exactly.
Not real.
Then I'm like, well, why do we have a society where women have to be the stay-at-home mom? You don't anymore. Honestly, there's more stay-at-home dads now.
You can't anymore.
Hey, shit's expensive.
Gotta work together. You gotta work together. I'm single. I need me an old lady that can work. Shit, I can't pay for everything.
Rent's
I ain't I'm not no sugar daddy. Gotta do it together.
Rent's not getting any cheaper out here in New Jersey.
Nope,
that's for sure.
Sure ain't.
Did you actually watch the video though, Steve?
Yeah. It was a joke. It was so stupid.
Steve, do you remember how much money they were trying to raise?
What, 840 billion or something?
That's right. That's
They-
some
they-
Saudi money, Steve.
Oh my god! When they asked him like, how much money are you trying to raise? Oh, about $840 billion to try and close the gap. Go fuck yourself.
Maybe they can pay for our college tuition instead.
I don't think so. They're not going to pay you shit. You want to know why? They don't care about you. They care about feminism. It's stupid shit, because feminism is fucking fake. All it is a narrative that is not supported by any type of fact. All it is, oh, I just want you to feel bad about me, because I don't want to really have a job. So
If we're doing the exact same work, Steve, we should get paid the exact same. It's not very difficult.
we don't get paid anything for this.
Well, not yet, Steve. Lamborghini
Not yet.
sponsor us.
Lamborghini.
So that means I should be paying 77 cents to be on here, right?
I mean,
you should be paying us.
Yeah, you should be paying us technically right now. I'm hoping USCCA, they come at us like, hey man. Anyway, this kind of goes back. It relates a little bit to the $1 an hour discussion, the minimum wage raise.
Oh man.
Kind of, right? No?
Don't get me started.
You want to be paid a certain amount of money per hour to do what?
Flip a burger.
Flip a burger. Exactly.
But you want to know what? They want to be paid to flip a burger the same amount that a paramedic gets paid.
Well, they just flip bodies, right? Flip bodies.
Yeah, I mean, fine. Yeah, all you're doing is, oh man, heroin overdose. Oh no, dead. Oh, or better yet, Narcan. Oh, you're alive again. We'll be back in a couple hours. Because that's all them fucking junkies do.
You get paid according to your skills, Steve. That's what it is.
Truth be told. But I
You
do
want to get paid
feel-
more? Get a skill. You don't have to go to college anymore. You can go get
I
a
agree.
trade.
You don't have to go to college. I agree. Don't pay for college. I am 100% for that. If you're going to go to a trade school, charter school. Learn a skill.
I mean,
Go about it
you
the
can
right
go
way.
to college. You just got to know what you're doing. You don't want to be like one of those, I'm going to be a liberal arts major.
I want to do something with computers. Shut
Science
up.
major.
No, I mean, you can do
Shut
something
up.
with computers. You just got to be specific.
You're stupid. You suck.
I mean,
You're not going to do anything. All you're going to do, you're going to be in debt their entire fucking life. And you're going to pass it on to your kids because you don't know what you want to do, and you're going to end up at fucking Burger King flipping burgers for
chanting out there for
$15 an hour.
Begging for more money.
15.
Yeah, begging for more money and chanting, I want fair pay.
But I flipped my burger at a perfect 45-degree angle.
Oh my God, my burger.
It's
Yeah,
going
my
to be hard
burger
when they
was
get
great.
replaced by those robots
Char
that
grill.
flip
Yeah,
burgers.
them robots. Yep, stupid people.
It's going to be hard, Steve.
Gonna be hard out here for a pimp.
Is that a song reference? I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard out here for a pimp. Anyway, that was our show. Thank you for joining us today. We appreciate you. We appreciate our guest, Miss Mckailyn, the lovely Mckailyn. We appreciate you having on. Please follow us on Twitter at @SteveTyler_show. Send us your hate mail, dick pics, anything you want us to see, any stories you want us to talk about. We will shout you out. We will give you praise. We appreciate our fans.
Or hate.
Steve
we
and
don't know
Tyler.
which one yet. Yeah.
I mean, or hate. I
You
mean,
said
we'll
a
talk
stupid
about you
shit,
too.
we don't know.
I mean, we'll talk about you too. SteveandTylerShow@gmail.com. Subscribe to us on iTunes and follow us on Podbean and find us on YouTube at The Steve and Tyler Show. Thank you for your time and thank you for listening. God bless you and God bless America.